What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TFG Gaming. My name is Jay. Thanks for joining us today. So, in today's episode, yes, hey, uh, we are going to poke around our base. So, this is a base that myself and my buddy Tom have worked and built together. We're on a private server. It's just us and some friends and family. Nothing too crazy. It's set as PvP, but we're very casual. Our kids play with us, so they're not quite as advanced. They're still kind of learning the whole arc thing. So, our base designs, it's very casual PvP. You're not going to see any hardcore PvP stuff. I'm sure there's some people watch this video and go, "Oh my God, I could raid that in 2 seconds." Yeah, probably, but that's not the kind of folks that we play with. So it's kind of, I would call it a mix of PvE and PvP design. But I thought you guys might like to see it and see what's going on. So I guess first I'll just go poke at the greenhouse since we're right here. Not terribly large, but efficient use of space. We got narc berries, we got carrots, we got potatoes, corn, some of the lemons, or citronal I think they call it, stem berries, and some tinto berries. Also to mention, all the gather rates and growth rates and taming rates, whoa, hey Carno, what's going on, are turned up. So we grow crops pretty quickly. That this is all we really ever need to make enough narcotics or stimulants or whatever else to that effect. The other cool thing that I have kind of built into the side here is we got a Phomia up top, Miss Piggy, and I set a hatch frame. Oh, let's close the door so this guy doesn't get out. I set a hatch frame right underneath its butt, so that when it poops, the poop actually falls down in here. It's unfortunate that the dung beetle does not auto-gather, but it does make it really quick and easy. That all we got to do is pick up the poop, like so, and then just put it in the dung beetle. You can see we have quite a bit of fertilizer already hanging out here, and I use that to store the fertilizer as well as to make new, obviously. And the beetle just hangs out and stays inside its little pen, and just a cool, efficient use of space. I think it looks neat as well. For me, aesthetics is a big thing. That's why I don't really play unofficial or play on hardcore PvP servers. Is I like making things look pretty, look cool. So that's part of it. So, our base. Let's kind of poke around and maybe I can show you a side shot here. I could always hop on a bird, but that'd probably be easier. The top floor we call the aviary deck. So initially when you come up, you got a couple of turrets, obviously, for protection, but this is going to be kind of an artifact chamber. Got all of our artifacts that we've collected so far on display. I'll probably put a couple of pedestals down the middle as well. Again, just kind of an aesthetic thing. I think it looks cool. So does Tom. So it's pretty neat. So, aviary deck, and now that Tom has been breeding Gigantopithecus, has now turned into a Bigfoot deck as well, apparently. So we have various pteranodons and flying mounts stored. Each has its own little garage bay. So literally when you come up and you want to hop on whatever bird, you can just hop on and fly right out. Also a good time, I'll just show you a quick flyby all around here. You can see that it comes out from the peninsula and then goes down into the water, and that goes all the way down to the bottom of the river, so to speak, as well. Turrets on the corners, turrets on the main aviary deck. Still a work in progress, not completely done yet. I'll probably add more turrets as the other tribes on the server start advancing a little bit more. Currently we're kind of the alpha tribe. Everybody else is still just barely getting into fabricators and maybe thinking about getting out of stone bases, but not quite yet. So when you want to come into the aviary, think of it kind of like an aircraft carrier. You can just zoom right in down through here, land near your appropriate garage bay for whatever bird you took out, and you're parked again, just like that. Had to make sure to put fences along the side. This didn't used to always go out as far, and there was a couple times where I landed and I only had the short fence, and it literally sent me up and over and right down into the water, so that was kind of a little bit of a bummer. Got a Quetzal just because, Pelagornis. So yeah, this is the main aviary deck. We also have a feeding trough. This feeding trough actually covers the entire base, top to bottom. Right now we're on what I would call the 5th floor, if you count from the surface of the water up. So this is the 5th floor, and it goes all the way down to the bottom floor and even into the water area underneath the base, no problem. So there's a couple ways to get downstairs. You can go through this here, and this is kind of like an access stairwell, I guess you would call it. I mean, there are stairs, but each floor has a trap door and a door to lead out to each individual floor. A little bit of a pain in the neck, a lot of doors to open and close. That was put in initially when I didn't have this, and that was actually the way to get up and down through the base. The idea was to make it a little more difficult, that if somebody starts blowing into the base and they start planting C4, odds are they're going to blow up all the ladders, and they're going to get down in there and not be able to get back out as easily and kind of get lost. With any luck, that'll give us time to get to them and repel the invaders, so to speak. So this is a way for bigger dinos to get down in, obviously not T-Rex size. The plan is, that's our old base up there. The plan is actually I'm going to demo the old base, and I'm going to do a bigger metal barn. We're going to start thinking about breeding the Rexes for doing the boss fights, and this is our, as the name would suggest, max female, that we're able to tame out a max level female. So now we just need to find her a boyfriend and start breeding some high level Rexes. So in we go, the first dino gate. You'll see that there's some turrets set up that anybody that blows through that gate will be hit in the face. Gonna probably end up doing another 3 or 4. We'll see how many I can fit there. And I'm hungry, of course. Do another 3 or 4 turrets there, so if anybody tries coming to the main door, they're going to get blasted and not have an easy way to blow up the turrets. They'd have to come from the outside. So, got a side door here. This is back where the turrets are, so you can access to fill with bullets and such. Might do a second row, might not. I think it'll be overkill. Again, we're kind of casual, so I'm not doing anything too crazy. This is kind of the main medium dino storage, I guess you can say. Breeding for medium dinos would also happen here. Got a couple of tech parasaurs, cool colors. I'll probably do a video at some point to showcase kind of how to selectively breed to get colors from one dino onto the next, so you can end up, like, for example, we'll put that blue on this one, and then we just need one more dino with the blue under and blue face, I think, is going to be a separate color. I gotta go grab some food. We'll get back to that. Max level baryonyx that I happen to find out cruising around. A couple of unicorns, just because. Why not? So first level down, gonna have kind of smaller dino breeding. Let me go grab some food real quick, so before I annoy everybody with poor guy's hunger pains here, and we'll get to this section in here a little bit later. See, everything in there has gone by the wayside. Crops, Roger. I guess I'll just use the jerky. That's fine. Nope, there it is. All right, that should satisfy this poor guy for a while. All right, so smaller dino breeding area. Basically, if you guys aren't familiar, so say we got these 2 raptors here that I'm going to be working on breeding. To make a very easy breeding chamber to where they can't get out, but you can get in very easily, do something like that. So you can walk right underneath that, no problem, but the raptors can't get out. So for anything a little bit taller like the raptors, it's a perfect height. Just go like that, and like that, and they are in there. So you can set them to wander. They can't get away from each other, and then when it comes time to collect the egg, you can just crouch down below a tail and get the egg. I've had some times before where I've done pens with like fences and doors, and it was just a pain in the neck to get in there. I mean, if you know anything about like the raptors, that tail can be a real pain in the butt, and to work around them, I just struggled with. So then I just started doing the one drop down from the ceiling, and it works great for anything even taller as well. If you say we're going to be upstairs with the parasaurs, I could make it come down from the ceiling up there, and same thing would apply. So just a quick and easy way to do that. We have some acatinas, so our little cement paste farm. Only got 4 so far, but we'll get more going. Yeah, they nice and full of the acatina paste. Grab that while I'm here so they keep making it. All right, excellent. Set to wander, but for whatever reason they don't. They just kind of stay put. I don't know if they get hung up on their paste poop on the ground or what it is, but they don't seem to go anywhere. I'm actually thinking about once that fills up, I'm going to make a second level and just put a ramp here and do the door on the opposite side and just have very, very good use of space and make sure that those guys just keep pumping out that cementing paste for us. All right, so next level down. This I'm going to house my finished breeding projects. So you can see here, it took a lot of time, gathered. I think I was able to pull this off with 4 or 5 wild tech raptors that I found. So I was able to breed out to get red from head to tail, which I thought was very cool. Bred in the silver joints, the chrome joints, and then swapped the lights, so to speak, so the fins on the top of his head, the fins on the front there, and then the lights inside the body and the tail to the white. So the different colors I've found so far in the wild was the white, the yellow, and then there's a blue one. So like these guys up here have the blue, which I think is really cool. This project is going to be make them black head to tail and do the blue lights. I still need to find black joints. I haven't found that in the wild yet. So the green will be a good placeholder for now. And then the other guys I did was the all chrome, I call it, the all chrome raptors. So you got the chrome body panels, the chrome joints, which seem to be a slightly different shade of chrome, I guess, and then the white lights as well. So this will be once I get a perfect mated pair. You know, we'll just keep the mated pairs down here, and then we can breed them whenever we want and have a replacement one so we don't end up losing it. Over here, since we're right here anyway, this is our access to the water area underneath. Still a work in progress. All the pillars need to be here for structure on the building above us. So one thing I found out is that you can put a pillar way down here, and that supports technically everything above it. Now, if you do destroy these pillars, you end up losing anything that's above it. So that's why I'm actually going to do double thickness walls, which is kind of one of my trademarks, and I'll show you that a little bit later. But so we're going to have pillars, literally. I mean, you know, you can build, what, 2 or 3 away from a pillar, so that one pillar could actually function way out to here, but I do it every single block, every single foundation, and then interconnect it with floor panels. Oh, I actually got to get back before I drown, because that doesn't count as above water. So it'll be interconnected with floor panels as well, so that it adds even yet more structural rigidity. So if somebody was to blow in through the side, it's not like they'll take out this entire wall. So I'm going to add in floor panels like this. So if they blow something, say if they blow this panel, what's below it is still good, and what's above it is still good because it's connected to the floor. So down here will eventually be, like you see, I have the breeder female, breeder male. These guys are our Beazle Buffalo, whatever, Majigger frogs that they have to breed underwater. So I'll have breeding setups for them. I'm going to try to figure out, I don't think I'm going to have enough room, but I'd love to fit the Megalodons in here, but I think I'm going to have to make an expansion out that way. To make more of a holding pen for all of our bigger water dinos, because we plan on getting a squid and plesiosaur and Loch Ness Monster, that kind of thing. So this, remember we talked about initially, they had that center stairwell. So we're on the bottom floor technically of the above water floors. So this stairwell can actually go all the way up, but usually we just simply use the dino gates. It's easier to get through. All right, so this is our living quarters and our armory, so to speak. So you can see Digger's 78. This is Digger's digs. Got himself a vault, got himself a bunk bed. First thing he said when he saw it, he's like, "Can I get a poster on the wall or something?" So maybe we'll do a what is it, the war painting, war something, war map. It sounds familiar. And my digs, Fish Guy 591. Got my Dimorphodon here. So same idea. Got the vault, got the bunk beds, but with one slightly different setting. Do you see it? What keen eye viewer can pick out what I'm looking at right now? It's another door. Oh. Now, one thing I do a lot with this base is the double walls. So that's the outside wall. This is the interior wall. Every single floor, every single room, except for the medium-sized dino room, is double layered. So every single room, every single floor has this one foundation gap all the way around. You can hide electrical in it. You can hide plumbing in it. You know, we got the water here that'll go up to our crafting room. I'll show you in a second. And you can also hide stuff in it. So if nobody's paying attention, if somebody doesn't blow the right area with C4, you'll never know that it was here. So back here I actually have a secret blueprint vault. Hopefully my fellow fellow server mates aren't watching this video and know where my hidden stash is. But yeah, the fact that you can walk right through the bunk beds, I know you can kind of see it, but the fact that if somebody blows in, they might be like, oh, hey, main vault here, this is what I'm going for, and not pay attention to the fact that there's another door in the corner. I know everybody's blows up the beds, but maybe not. I'm going to put some extra beds in there too. So the other thing, though, since you can see there's a one foundation gap here that is, again, maybe the keen-eyed person won't be able to tell, that's where the vault is on that side. I think I might add another door and do another vault there, just to have one more hidden spot. This is our so-called armory or equipment room. So we have, behind every door is a vault, and we got saddles in this one. Got armor, clothing, guns and crossbows, ammo and arrows, and tools and melee weapons. Just something fun. So when you need to get kitted out and go back out, you just head right there. Also, keypad. You can use any of the keypads in the base, and I've still got to add one or two more for convenience, and punch in the correct code. Every single door, every single hatch frame, every single dino gate is all keyed to the same pin. So all you have to do to close everything in the whole entire base when you're tucking in for the night, or if you hear something going on and you want to lock the place down, punch in the key code, everything gets shut. Have a little mini access corridor here that is separate from the main one that goes all the way up. This just goes to the crafting room if you're trying to get back and forth between where you live and the equipment room and the crafting room. That's a separate area there. So lots of fridges, got our keypad, a couple of chem benches, a couple of smithies, a couple of fabricators, got the industrial cooker with a water tap behind, so that if you need a drink of water when you're crafting, you don't have to go all the way out or down to the water level. Vaults, lots and lots of vaults. I'm particularly OCD about keeping everything relatively separate in terms of how much I use it and how much I like to gather and collect. For example, you know, metal ingots. We got 273 stacks of metal ingots just all set and ready to go. Still kind of work in progress. This got done 2 days ago, I think I finished this up. So now it's going to be, you know, collecting resources, do a lot of gathering, fill things up. But we got like base building materials, all the basic ones, stone, thatch, wood, fiber, if you're just crafting like some armor or something. Electronics, still haven't named some of the vaults. Lots of extra, just in case. Preserving bin, this will be where we're going to make our jerky. And looks like I forgot to stack that thing up with spark powder. Anywho, might as well put the spoiled meat in the spoiled meat fridge, right? And there we go. So, that's the crafting room. We also have 2 floors above this, which I haven't totally fleshed out yet. So the main deal was the crafting room and our sleeping area in the armory. And so this will just be more space. Now, it's on the same level as the medium-sized dino area. So I'm thinking maybe do something as far as the breeding goes in here, whether it's, you know, storing eggs or more breeding of small to medium-sized dinos, and just kind of open this pathway up here. We'll see what we end up with and what we want to breed, and kind of go from there. Next floor up is identical to this, so you're not really missing much there. Go back out the front. That pretty much wraps up this base. Like I said, the old base, there's nothing really too fancy. I'll give you a little quick rundown. Oh, this is the hatching area. You can hear it's kind of loud. There's 9 air conditioners under the floor here, so you just kind of bring a dino up here, let it hatch out, and just walk it back outside when you're done. Any of the babies would be small enough to fit right out that section there. This is the base we were using up until recently when I finished the other one. So we got our industrial forge. Probably end up keeping the forge here. We fill up this vault with just base metal, and that way it's an easy peasy just from here to there, here to there. Looks like we have a nice full stack of ingots here. All of our fridges we used before. What I'll probably end up doing is trying to fit another 1-2 forges in here. Just have this be like a massive forge chamber. And we'll keep the industrial cooker probably. I ended up just kind of clipping it into the wall there, kitty cornering it. I think it looks pretty cool. It's almost like a TV or an entertainment center kind of deal. But just convenient to have it all in here. Jenny to power the chem tables up on the top floor, as well as the refrigerators and the air conditioners and such. And this was our old vault section, smithy, fabricator, and it was old bedrooms. Got one there, oops, and one on the top floor as well, which was my old one. Vaults, a couple of basic beds, a couple of boxes. Back when didn't have so many resources, weren't making vaults for everything. And then just the chem tables up on the top floor here. And we used to store our birds on the top. This was like the original base as well. We used to live on the bottom floor. It was like a separate building. Then I turned it into a little bit of breeding. There was 3 floors. This I'm just going to end up junking and leaving that building. You kind of see the gap there. And then that way I can build a big barn kind of out in this area here, store the big dinos, be able to breed the big dinos. Just a basic gate. I didn't do anything crazy. That was mostly just to keep dinos out as opposed to keeping players out. Just, you know, threw it up real quick, called it a day. Haven't thought about it since. So that's it, guys. That is the base thus far. And this video I'm making mid-October, so we'll see how things progress in the next month or so and see how much we grow. I keep joking with Tom that I'm gonna put a skyscraper off the back of this thing just for fun, but we'll see. Might get busy with other projects, or our competing tribes on the server may start teching up and start raiding a little bit. So we'll see. We've been messing with them just lightly. We don't take it too seriously. We don't go out to kill. We just go out, sneak around, we trank them, and just mess with each other. Again, it's all friends and family, very low key. You know, we don't go and raid them or steal any of their stuff at this point, because again, they're kind of lower down the food chain. So, but that's all going to change, and we'll definitely be making some videos of some fun PvP times, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.